Hello, welcome back to Blue Dragon Healing. We are going to focus on the Twin Flame Collective. This is not a Twin Flame love reading. If you're looking for some good readers, I recommend Steve's Love Tarot and Baba Jolie. I don't remember her full channel name, but I'll put links in the description to their channels. I do need to warn you, Steve has a bit of a potty mouth and can be a little perverted. But he has a lot of good things to say. So if you are sensitive to those things, don't totally dismiss him, give him a chance. I myself learned so much from him. And even watching other signs, I learned my shadows and my own devil aspects. So yeah, I just give him a chance. So let's get started with a message from the universe for those who are in the twin flame cycle. Trying to find some closure or trying to find each other. I will let you know I am in this cycle myself, but I have removed my energy from this reading. I don't want it mucking up. Thank you. The read. So this is for all the collective, and it's general read, so take what applies, dismiss what doesn't, and I at least hope you get something out of it. So we have the journey, and the twin flame cycle is all about a journey two people take. Often it's the same journey, however, both sides are separated. Just from my own observations with this whole cycle, many are having a lot of parallels in their lives. And so essentially, it's both sides of the twin flame journey are on the cycle are on the same journey. And really, for many, you meet and then one runs and one chases, but the whole reason people are not together is because there is still work they need to do within themselves. So that is the biggest part of the journey. Finding yourself, fixing yourself, doing your inner work, finding your self-love, and not trying to force the situation. I go back to Steve's Love Tarot. He's always saying you don't want to have cooked turkey, which is true. You want to be equally evolved, equally developed in your inner healing, and having that true divine feminine and true divine masculine. You take the tarot cards, you're that full empress, fully balanced, or that fully balanced emperor. And that's what this journey is all about. So let's get into our combined message of healing. for the Twin Flame Collective. So what do you want to fill out? Oh, okay. And we got 2. Okay. The one that was on top is simplicity. Yeah, taking that step back, not focusing so much on finding your twin flame, but instead focusing on yourself and finding yourself. Just kind of going with the flow of life. You live your life, they live their life. And really just enjoying every day, letting the universe really take control. We have this feather. Feathers just fly on the breeze, float down and land where they land. Kind of have to let the whole journey flow in that manner. Just follow the breeze, do your work, and let it play out the way it's supposed to play out. Let the universe do its thing. You do your work, they do their work, and eventually you land in the same place, same time. And the second one is stillness. This is the inner work, that inner healing, finding that intimate relationship with yourself before you can have that intimate relationship with your twin flame. And this is the going deep in and balancing your energies, balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine within yourself. And the only way we can really achieve that is doing the self-work, the hard work. And it is hard and painful. But in the end, it frees the universe to bring you and your twin flame together. So as hard as it is, it's worth it in the end. Taking that stillness and really going with the flow of the universe and focusing on you before you focus on them. So let's get the divine feminine side first. For simplicity and stillness. So please give us a little more on the divine feminine side for simplicity and stillness. Please give me one more card for the divine feminine. Okay. It's kind of a weird shuffle. Ace of Wands. Nice. Yeah, you may feel like you're ready, but you want to jump into this relationship with your divine masculine. However, you want to make sure you have done your work before jumping in completely. This is a great start, and you just want to make sure you're both balanced before taking that step forward, and not jumping in blindly. Yes, you want to jump and take that risk, because any time, no matter who it is, when it comes to the heart, it takes a lot of courage to take that step, because nobody wants to be rejected. But you want to make sure you yourself are balanced, and test the waters to make sure your twin flame is equally balanced. And Queen of Pentacles. Nice, being in that stable, secure frame of mind, knowing who you are and what you want and what you don't want, and fully sticking to that. There are a lot of twin flames, when they meet, there's no chemistry. So going into this with an open mind and being prepared that maybe this lifetime you may not be together. But on the positive side of that, you have done your work and you are working to get that balance and finding that self-love. And it's not going to matter, because there are others out there that you will just draw to you. And even though it may not be that deep soul psychic connection, it can still be equally as good, because you are confident in yourself and you are not afraid to be you. And lastly, Six of Swords. Yeah, I'm getting some in this cycle may have already walked away from this union and onto a better life, because you are secure with yourself, you have that balance, you are not waiting. And yeah, nobody should be waiting. If your twin flame is not willing to do the deep work, they most likely won't be worth your time. And yeah, you will want to move on to something else. So let's check the Divine Masculine, Simplicity and Stillness. Please give us some insights on simplicity and stillness for the Divine Masculine. And healing themselves. Two of Cups. Yeah, so before you can be Two of Cups with your Divine Feminine, Divine Masculines, you need to have this Two of Cups with yourself. And this is doing the deep work. focusing on yourself, putting yourself first. And in this situation, it is not being narcissistic and it's not being selfish. You are doing it for your spiritual good. And we really cannot truly love another if we do not truly love ourselves. And we cannot be putting everyone ahead of ourselves or putting our own needs behind just to please everybody else. You need to go deep within and forgive yourself, heal yourself, have that intimate relationship with yourself. And then you'll be ready to move on and have that with your twin flame. We have the Queen of Pentacles again. So in the same location here on the, so yeah, this is finding that nurturing side within yourself, divine masculines, and having stability within yourself and not so much focused on the material things, which Pentacles tend to represent, the earthly things, the money, the career, the whatever. But I'm reading this as having that within yourself, the abundance within yourself, the prosperity within yourself, abundant love, prosperous self-worth. You need to feel worthy within yourself to truly come into this union full and whole and complete. And lastly, Four of Cups. Yeah, you try not to resist the change that you are working towards, being open, opening your heart, and really at this point, trusting the universe. Nobody needs to know you're doing your inner work, that you're trying to heal yourself, open your heart, and finding that self-love. You do it for yourself. You don't do it for anybody else. You just go in deep and you accept the gifts the universe is offering you. And you ignore what the world is trying to tell you. It's time for you to focus on you, divine masculines. And in so doing, you will find your divine counterpart. So I want to do clarifications for the divine feminine. Please clarify Ace of Wands. Six Pentacles. Yeah, you're finding your balance within yourself between who you are and who you want to be, and keep up the inner work. You don't want to retreat back into how you were before you just started on this journey, and you just want to keep moving forward. But you may need to slow down a little bit. And if you have that deep soul connection with your twin flame, it can be hard, but you need to take a step back. It's actually what I'm still getting. But do indeed continue. You want to continue with this journey because ultimately everyone in this twin flame cycle needs closure, and moving forward and doing your work is the best way to get it. However, you do not want to force the situation. Please clarify the Queen of Pentacles for the Divine Feminine. So these two came out, 10 of Cups and 8 of Cups. So yeah, you're working towards the 10 of Cups, that happily ever after. But don't get caught up in the fantasy of this life you want with your divine masculine, because you may find you may be just walking away. You've done your work, but if your divine masculine has not, it may not be a compatible relationship to be in, and it may not be up to par with your Queen of Pentacles energy, having that strong foundation in yourself. However, you could be walking towards something great. So again, don't go into this blindly. Keep an open mind and really examine the whole situation. Sometimes the heart takes over, and that's when mistakes can happen. So you want to keep your heart in check and fully know what you want and what you don't want. And please clarify 6 of Swords for the Divine Feminine. 6 of Swords. Five of Swords. Yeah, this is related to the fantasies. Don't build up your fantasies as you are doing your self-work, because what we think of in our heads a lot of times is not what actually happens. When you're manifesting, yes, you need to be specific. But when we're fantasizing, our imaginations can get away with us. And sometimes it can be difficult to distinguish between manifesting and fantasizing. So as you're doing your work, be careful with your thoughts, because they can lead you to major disappointments. And when that divine masculine comes in, he or she may not be who you thought of in your head. So let's get some clarifications for our divine masculines. Two of Cups. Clarify the Two of Cups. Okay. Okay, I have the Ten of Cups, Strength, and the Queen of Wands. So don't put up a false pretense, even with yourself, as you are trying to go through the inner healing, the finding yourself. When we first embark on this journey, yes, it's scary. We don't know how we're going to change. A lot has to do with our egos, and a lot has to do with letting go. And you are working towards a Ten of Cups ideal, but you want to make sure it is sincere and you are not trying to lie to yourself or put up a front. You want to go into this honest, and honesty begins with yourself. Like I said down here with the Four of Cups, nobody needs to know what you are doing. You do this for you. Give up the pretenses, give up the self-lies, and just do it for yourself. And people will begin to notice the change within you, and you're going to see nobody is going to criticize you, because as you love yourself, you emit that love and others can feel it. So yeah, really find that strength within yourself and be honest, mainly with yourself. So please clarify the Queen of Pentacles for the divine masculine. Queen of Pentacles for the divine masculine. Let's do one more shuffle. Knight of Wands and the Lovers. I'm actually not picking up the Lovers as the twin flame lovers. I am getting those divine masculines who can achieve the Queen of Pentacles energy are going to succeed in finding that deep soul connection with themselves, that intimate love. And again, it's not narcissistic. It is a divine love. And it's like a union with the universe. Some of you are going to find it, and it's going to make you go after what you want with the confidence you may be lacking right now. but you do want to not jump head first in anything you do. You do want to, yes, take action and make the move that you feel you need to move. But again, you want to make sure your counterpart is up to par with you spiritually and emotionally, or otherwise it could be toxic. It's all a matter of really doing the hard work and going within. Please clarify the Four of Cups for the Divine Masculine. Let's do one more shuffle. And the Sun, as to me, is the true happily ever after card. Even though 10 of Cups can represent that. Yeah, remember, when you're on this journey, this is what you are working towards. This is what your heart wants. And those hard times when you want to give up, because working out all the past pain, the inner pain, past traumas, it's hard. It is very difficult. So just keep in mind, this is what you want. You're working towards your heart's desire. And even if this in the end does not represent a union with your divine feminine, it represents that union with yourself and with the universe. And you get to this point, you realize you don't need anything else. You're self-sufficient. And if your divine counterpart comes in, more love for you, but you're working towards that point where if your divine feminine doesn't ever surface, you'll be okay. So let's see what we get from the Shamanic Heart deck for our Twin Flame Collective. What additional messages do we have for the Divine Feminines and the Divine Masculines? Okay, that one's staring at me. Let's just finish this out, get one more. And what do we have? Don't let yesterday use up too much of today. American Indian proverb. Yeah, on this whole inner journey that we all need to go through, not just those in the twin flame journey, but everybody. Yeah, we need to not get stuck in the past. We need to learn, why did we always date that certain type of person? And we look at that, we can fix the problem and no longer date that lemon or that cheater, or it goes on and on. But yeah, we always want to learn from our past, but we don't want to stay in the past. We experience things and it's up to us to learn from it, even the bad things. There is always something to learn out of something bad, even if we don't fully see it right away. But if you take time and meditate on it, and if you're more analytical, do some analysis on it, you'll figure it out and it'll make sense eventually. So yeah, we don't want to get stuck. And then defensiveness. Defensive behavior creates barriers and negative outcomes. Guarded conflict, protective blame. Okay, and this actually brings me to something that I overlooked. There's a lot of people in the twin flame collective that have met before, or they have been together before. So when you do meet up again, you don't want to dwell on the past hurts. If your person is coming and they want to talk, be open-minded with it. Don't be this defensive person. Let them say what they want to say and follow your intuition. If your intuition says you're completely done, then you walk away. But you both have that closure, and you move on. So if, and that's not for everybody how it's going to happen, but for those of you who do have a past where there was a lot of hurt, a lot of things said, you don't want to be a jerk about it. And then the last card is birds. It's time to expand your wings. No one can bring you down. Freedom awaits, soaring high and thriving. This is what you are working towards with your inner work. Both sides, divine feminine, divine masculine. It doesn't matter. When we have that inner peace, that inner love, we are like this bird. And it's a constant process that we need to do, because like it or not, we are in a 3D world, and the world can interfere. But overall, we want to be in that mindset. No one can bring me down. I am who I am, and the world can just I'm trying to think of a clean way to say this. The world can just bugger off. And it's at that point where no one's opinion matters, because you are whole and complete within. So let's do one from this little angel deck. Oh gosh, that didn't. So for our twin flames, what message do we have? Oh, I'm not taking those, it's a little too many. We'll go with that. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Yeah, I'm getting two different ways of this. Your divine counterpart has done their work, and or by the time you come together from all the healing you've both done, that they're like a new person, or you've done your work and your divine counterpart either hasn't done anything or they're in the process and somebody else pops up. I know there are some in the collective who will wait, and you really should reconsider, because we never should wait. I always think of the Great Expectations. I can't remember the old lady's name, but how she waited her whole life for her true love and he never came. And we do not want to be that lady from Great Expectations. We need to live our lives. And even if your heart is set on your twin flame, you still need to live your life and let them live their life. And if either side isn't on the same level as you are, you really want to take your time. And it could be just getting to know the person, or it could just be you can't take the time and you move on. And that is a very real possibility for everybody. And you just want to have an open mind about it. So let's get a final message from Dragon for the twin flame cycle, those who are working on their healing. Because ideally the divine feminine and divine masculine come together, but there are a lot of cases where I'm feeling another shuffle, where it just doesn't happen. So first we have platinum. What first comes to mind, other than this is a beautiful card with this dragon and that rainbow in the middle, is anniversary. I don't know which anniversary it is, but I know there's a platinum anniversary for couples who have been married for so many years. And there are couples who reach this point in life, and it's beautiful. when you see old people in the park holding hands, or the Mr. helping the Mrs. out of the car, or for some, hold on to that hope, because this is possible for you. Again, it all comes down to the healing on both sides. And healing always begins within. And the other one is Illuminaire. Yeah. Know what you want and what you don't want. Focus on that, try to manifest that, but be careful with the fantasies, the illusions, delusions that we can create inside our heads. Tap into the universal power to call to you what you want. And to be very clear on what you don't want. Because you don't want to keep calling those negative type relationships. You want your divine counterpart to be your divine equal. And just going within, doing your work, meditating, connecting to the universe, connecting to your own heart, connecting to yourself, and finding wholeness within. So I hope you found this message helpful. I truly wish everybody success on their inner healing, and to find your divine counterpart. It is a very tough journey, because you feel that tug and pull. Your heart wants to be with that person, but situations happen. It's very difficult, and there are times you do want to give up. But if you're willing to do the hard work with yourself, it can be an amazing life with your divine person. So I'll leave you with that, and I wish you all healing and love and success on this twin flame journey. Until next time.